Hello and welcome to the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. In this Let's Play we should be unlocking all the
Isaac
items,
and his mother
as well as beating the
lived
majority
alone
of bosses.
in a small house on a hill. Isaac kept to himself, drawing pictures and playing with his toys as his mom watched Christian broadcasts on the television. Life was simple. And
Until the Fire Nation attacked.
That was until the day Isaac's mom heard a voice from above. Your son has become corrupted by sin. He needs to be saved. I will do my best to save him, my lord, Isaac's mother replied, rushing into Isaac's room, removing all that was evil from his life.
Damn those evil trousers.
The voice called to her. Isaac's soul is
Well,
still
to be
corrupt.
fair, it looked more like a skirt.
He needs to be cut off from all that is evil in this world and confess his sins. I will follow your instructions, Lord. I have faith in thee, Isaac's mother replied, as she locked Isaac in his room, away from the evils of the world. One last time, Isaac's mom heard the voice of God calling to her. You've done as I've asked, but I still question your devotion to me. To prove your faith, I will ask one more thing of you. Yes, Lord, anything, Isaac's mother begged. To prove your love and devotion, I require a sacrifice. Your son, Isaac, will be this sacrifice. Go into his room and end his life as an offering to me to prove you love me above all else. Yes, Lord, she replied, grabbing a butcher's knife from the kitchen. Isaac, watching through a crack in his door,
That we haven't seen yet, and has now magically disappeared.
Scrambling around his room to find a hiding place, he noticed a trapdoor to the basement, hidden under his rug.
Thanks, game. Didn't realize it was a
Without
trapdoor.
hesitation, he flung open the hatch, just as his mother
Still
burst
no
through
sign
his
of that
door
crack in the door.
and threw himself down into the unknown depths below.
So yeah, that was the opening to the Binding of Isaac. Basically, God has told our mum that she needs to kill us. So we went into the basement. Because, you know, that small underground room is definitely going to save us. So we're going to start a new file, which obviously means we have nothing unlocked. So guess who we're going to be playing as? So here we are, basement 1. What is in our item room? Stem cells. So that's just a HP up. Not bad, I guess. Could have got better, but yeah, could have got a lot worse. So in basement 1, there's not a lot we can do, because we've got next to nothing. The only reason why we even have a bomb is because we're playing as Isaac. Other characters won't start out with the bomb. Some may start with some other stuff, like they may have some coins or something, but you won't have enough to go into your shop. So really, the only thing you need to do in basement 1 is grab your item and find a way to your boss. If you find a door that has teeth on it, you can go in there. This level didn't have one, but if you go in there, you will take half a heart of damage both ways, and you may get an item. May. It's a risk. Sometimes it pays off though. So anyway, our first boss is Larry Jr. Now this is a very nice first boss because he's easy to beat really. Yeah. He doesn't do anything really. He will occasionally spawn in a poo that will make it harder to maneuver around, but really that's it. As you saw, just gotta stay out of his way. So he gave us meat, which is a nice item to pick up. It gives us damage and more max health. So that wasn't a bad basement 1 floor. Could have done with the curse room, but again, that's really, it's preference whether you or not you go in there or not. So in basement 2, we don't want to take any red heart damage, because if we can kill the boss without taking a single heart of damage, we can guarantee our Devil Deal, which will give us, well, it may give us a good item in exchange for our maximum health. But, you know, normally they are pretty good items, some of the best items in the game you can get through Devil Deals. So normally it is worth picking them up. As long as you don't kill yourself getting them, obviously, because that kind of defeats the point of the game. So we got our key, so we can finally go into our item room. In case you don't know, if the first room of the run, Basement 1, that item room is always free, but the rest will always require a key. So, I didn't see the name of that item, but basically it just leaves a trail of blood wherever it goes, which will damage enemies if it walks on it. Not the best, but for enemies like these that follow us, it's quite good. But I'm not sure how much damage it does. I don't think it does too much damage, so you're probably better off just attacking with your tears. But yeah, for most enemies that like this, that fire tears back at you, it's not going to help. So that was the nickel, by the way, which gives us, well, at least I think it's called a nickel. I think it's a black colour, a dark grey coins will always give you 5. And the white coins, like silver, they will give you 10. And we just took half a heart damage, because I wasn't paying attention. Which means that the chances of getting a Devil Deal has dropped to roughly 20%. Now we don't have enough keys to go, well, we got enough keys, but we don't have enough money to go into the shop, which is unfortunate, but that's how it goes. So our second boss is Monstrode. Now this is quite a nice boss to have this item against, because he will jump at you, so chances are he just will continuously jump into the puddles of blood. But yeah, Monstrode is not a hard boss to fight, he'll just keep shooting tears at you and jumping at you, so really just avoid best you can. And we've still got a Devil Deal, which is quite lucky of us. I'm going to pick up our item first. 2150 is a tears up and a shot speed up, which is very nice, it will increase our DPS by a fair bit. Now let's see what's in our Devil Room. Now, the Mark and Guppy's Tail, both... I don't really like Guppy's Tail all that much, but I will take the Mark. Mark's, as you can see, is a damage up. Guppy's Tail makes it so gold chests have more of a chance of spawning when you clear a room, but that means items like keys, hearts and coins have less of a chance to spawn. So it's not really that good to pick it up early game. But if you can pick up 3 parts of Guppy, because there's more than one Guppy item, then you'll become Guppy, and I'll explain that later on. But basically you want to become Guppy if you can. He makes the run so much easier. Now these turrets can only be damaged when they're shooting at you, which makes them quite tricky, especially in small rooms where you can't really maneuver around all that well. But yeah, the majority of the time, at least for me, it's in a fairly large room, so you don't have to worry too much. Now, there's our boss room. I'm not going to go through it just yet. Instead, I'm going to find our item room, and hopefully a key while I'm at it. Now that room there is a curse room I was talking about earlier. It can spawn in an item, but that's a slim chance. You've got more of a chance of getting a chest in there or a bunch of spiders. So really only go in there if you're feeling lucky. Now this enemy is kind of like a moving turret. You can only attack it when it shows its neck like that. But he doesn't really ever show his neck all that much. I'm not sure when he attacks, like if there's a pattern to it, but it's normally I'm going to walk you into spikes. So the mulligan, they go inside. I I'm not sure what that does. I don't get that item all that much. I think it randomly spawns in a fly every now and again, like when you kill an enemy, like that. Now, flies deal double the amount of damage you currently have, so if we look at my damage, which is the sword there, we haven't got a great deal of damage at the moment, so the flies won't do a great deal of damage, but they'll still be helpful, and as we get more damage, they will scale as well, so it'll be nice. I know, Mulligan is for every hit, I think. Every time we deal damage to it, it has a chance. Now, Fallen, now he's already shown all of his attacks, that was it. But because he can split in two and do that quad beam attack, he can be pretty tricky. But as long as you stay, aware of what he's doing, it shouldn't be that bad. The Book of Belial is a very good item. It's one of my favorites, really. What it does is when you use it for that floor, well, that room, you do increase damage, and you are guaranteed the Devil Deal. Which, to be fair, I didn't learn until recently. I thought it just was a damage up. So really, it's even better than I first thought. So I don't really need to worry about taking damage. Doesn't mean I should actively take damage, of course, but it's less of a threat. Now, you should always try and break poos and put out the fires, because sometimes they'll spawn coins and stuff. Now, this is a Zodiac item. There's one for each member of the Zodiac, like the Western Zodiac, at least like Aries, Gemini, Pisces, stuff like that. Now, I'm not good with my Zodiac symbols, so I can never remember what they do, so let's just pick it up. Pisces. Tear up and knockback, so that's a really good one to have. Increases our DPS, and makes it so our tears will push them further back if we can push them back at all. So I'm just trying to figure out where my boss room is. I think it might be up here. So yeah, Pisces has increased our DPS a lot. Well, I'm not sure how much by, but it's safe to say it's a fair deal, especially with the damage ups and stuff we've already picked up, so it's nice. Okay, so that's a devil. Not devil. Words, Lloyd. Use them. So yeah, here's our boss room. Let's see what it is. Gertie. Yeah, Gertie's not a bad fight when you know how to fight him. As you can see, he summons in flies, as well as those boils that if they swell up enough, they will attack you with tears. So the idea behind fighting Gertie is get behind him, because that way he can't attack you, like with those tear attacks, he can only spawn in others. So all you gotta really do is keep control of what he spawns. And we've just got a really good item, but I'm going to check our Devil Deal first, so we don't have to waste it. Brother Bobby. Not really worth it at this point, I think. What Brother Bobby does is, he's like the item we already have. He'll follow us, but he'll shoot tears when we shoot tears. But I think his damage is set, so he's not really worth it at the moment. But we are going to take Magic Mushroom, which is an all stats up. It increases our size a bit, but it also gives a multiplier, so we'll deal a lot of damage now. We'll shoot faster. It's just a really good item to have. So here's... well, this is technically a boss. I'm not sure if you count this as a mini-boss, but for some reason they will spawn in the catacombs, the depths. Anyway, this sort of time, really. Around the depths. They'll randomly spawn in some rooms, but as you saw, they're not hard. You just gotta... they're like Larry Jr. basically, only they go diagonally. Now, that wasn't very nice. So, whenever Mum laughs in a room, it means that she's going to send in her hands, which will fall on top of you, so you just gotta keep moving. But if they do catch you, they'll do a bit of damage to you and put you into the room where you first started in. so best not to get hit by them. Now those spiders that are on the walls, as you saw, that one did, we're not picking that up. That's tech, which turns our shots into a laser beam, which I know it sounds awesome, but it's not. It decreases our attack, so I prefer not to pick it up. Okay, let's see, what we got? Lazarus. Balls of Steel. Okay, so Balls of Steel gives us 2 soul hearts. And because we picked... I'm not sure how we unlocked Lazarus. I think it's because we had like 5 odd soul hearts, including the black soul hearts. So we're fighting Monstro 2 now, which honestly is one of my least favourite bosses to fight. He's got a good amount of health, he does these big jumps which can spawn in those flies, and he's got a laser beam brimstone attack which will do a lot of damage to you as well. So really, I hate fighting him. But we got Mum's Lipstick, so that's a range up. And we are back in a devil room. Now, contract, fish, those are all really good items actually. But I'm going to go for the contract, the pact even, because that's a nice tears up and damage. So we're really good for that now. And I'm going to pick up Guppy's Paw, which will convert... Actually, I'm going to just do it now. As you saw, it converts our red hearts into soul hearts. And that's its only purpose really. So use that, and then if you had an item you prefer, pick that back up. Now, I'm a little annoyed that I didn't pick up Guppy's tail now, because would have been 2 parts Guppy, which means that we'd only need 1 more part of Guppy in order to become Guppy, which would pretty much make the mum fight a joke at this point. But seeing as how we're on the last floor, I don't see us getting the last piece, so really it's okay. No. What that is, by the way, is a challenge room. Challenge rooms always give you the choice of chests or an item, but if you pick it up, you'll have to complete a couple of waves of enemies. Like when you get to like Womb, those enemies will always be a boss. So be wary of what level you're on and what is above the door. Like on that door, there was a skull, which means that you'd have to face bosses. So really, for a grey chest that won't give us an item, it's not worth having to fight 3 or 2 bosses. Now, these enemies can be a bit annoying, but if you keep shooting at where they are for a couple of seconds after they've ducked back on the ground, you'll still do damage to them. So yeah, don't stop firing until they reappear basically, because you may still be able to kill them. Now those enemies, as you saw, you can only hit them from behind, so if you have piercing damage that makes the shots go straight through them, then they're fine to kill, but otherwise you can only hit behind them, and they can be quite annoying, especially in a room like this one where maneuverability is not the best. Okay, so as you saw, I picked up Sworn Protector, I think it was, which is basically if I take damage, a fly will appear and continuously do damage to whatever's in the room. But unlike normal flies, it won't disappear on first hit. So these black flies, as you can see, will blow up when hit, and we killed a lot of them then, wow. Which means you want to stay far away from them, pretty much at all times, especially when you kill them, so you don't get hit in the blast radius. But as you saw with the room with them in, they can kill each other with their blasts, so it's not that bad. So we're now a mum, and we got a really good build, so I have no problems with this. This fight is pretty easy to do.
Isaac
Done.
was cornered.
So that was our first run.
With the desire
All in
to
all,
serve
that was a
your
really good
God
run. We got a lot of good
bearing
items,
of
and as
Isaac.
you saw,
I
killed
know
Mum
because
pretty
I
easily.
told my lord, I love you above all else.
So now
Isaac's
we've
mother
unlocked
looked
further
into
into the game,
herself.
so I think
This was
it's
the end of the
one
line for
or
Isaac.
maybe two
His
more
mother
floors
was
next
far
time we
too
play.
strong for him. But just as
But
he accepted
all
his
in all,
fate,
still not that bad.
God
Oh, we've now
intervened,
unlocked the Horseman as well.
sending an angel down from above to stop his mother's hand. And just
So
like
yeah,
that,
as you see,
it
I'm
was
now
over.
defeated. And all is well. Just joking, obviously. So yeah, that was the first run. Unlocked the womb, a couple of challenges, the horseman, and the items that the horsemen spawn in. And that was it. Thank you so much for watching this first episode of The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Please stay tuned for the next episode. Like, comment, and subscribe.